Hey folks, it's Mike here with Mr. Cast Iron, and I just want to share something with you today. The fine folks at Dreo have sent me a product to test out. It's called a Chef Maker, and this is not yet on the market. It will probably come out somewhere around July, but they've sent it to a few people to test out beforehand. And I just happen to be one of them, and I'm thankful for that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of just show you a little bit on the unboxing here. When you open this up, the first thing you see is a little quick start guide, and it also has where you can take and download your app right to your mobile phone. And once you flip this over, you can kind of get acquainted with the unit itself. And as you open this up, this kind of gives you a step-by-step guide of how to set up your Chef Maker. But first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to get this thing unboxed, and we'll go through this after a while. But as you move this away, on the very top of it, it has a cooking tray, and so we'll have to get that unboxed and get that cleaned up. There's also a user's manual here in the top where we'll have to unpackage that, where we can read the instructions on it. Over here they have a cooking probe, so we can get that cleaned up and we'll be able to probe our meat and be able to test the doneness, and so that it'll cook it to the desired doneness that we want. As we take this top piece of styrofoam off, we look down in here, and here is the actual unit itself. And let me get this covering off of this. This is the actual Chef Maker itself, and what we're going to do, we're going to take and get everything out, get it all washed and cleaned up. And the suggestion is that once you get it washed and cleaned up, you need to run it through a cycle and let it burn off any, of the newness. Sometimes will have a smell to it, and so we certainly want to burn that off, get it seasoned more or less, ready to go to work. All right, well, we're back over here. We've got this Chef Maker unpackaged, all the plastic off of it, all the tape off of it, and we washed and cleaned all the parts up and dried those really well. And today what we're going to do, we're going to cook a ribeye steak. Now, I have a 1 pound ribeye steak that's about 1.5 inches thick. What you want to do with these ribeyes, you want to wash them up and clean them up real good, and then just pat them dry on both sides. And we're going to use 3 ingredients today. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to salt this real well on both sides, and we're going to add some pepper to it, and we'll come back and the third ingredient is going to be butter. We've got some butter melted here, and so what we're going to do, we're just basically going to baste this steak with some melted butter. Flip that over, go ahead and get a little bit more of that on there. What I want to do next is I want to put this probe in here, and I'm going to take my tongs so I can kind of hold this in place. And we want to take this. Now, the great thing about this probe is this is a 2-function probe. It has the tip here, which will register for the internal temperature of the meat, and then this is an external portion of the probe. It's a 2-function probe, so this actually measures the ambient temperature inside the unit itself. So what we're going to want to do is just basically slide that probe until it comes into the middle, and then the next thing we want to do, I want to get my basket out, and we have a fry basket here. And this is kind of unique. It has says front and back here, and there's a reason for that, because this sets in here one specific way. And the reason why it sets in like this is because there's a little bit of an indentation here where the probe actually plugs into. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to take and grab this steak and place it into our basket, okay? And then I want to take this probe, and this fits in a certain way. It has 2 little reset indentations here on the bottom of this the probe itself, and the reason why is because on the unit it has 2 pins here, so that's how it sets. This sets right on top of these 2 pins. You just set that in there in place like that, and then that gives us our probe to measure the temperature. Then we just place all of this back in to the unit itself, and we hit the on button, and it pulls up with some options here. You have chef mode, classic cook, probe cook, favorites, and settings. And what we want to use is the chef mode here. So now that it's on that, we'll go ahead and hit enter. Excuse me. And then it brings up some other options of different type of meat and vegetables. You have beef, pork, lamb, poultry, seafood, and vegetables. So we have a ribeye, so we've got beef here, so we'll just hit enter. And then it comes up with other options here too. We have brisket, we have burger patties, we have short ribs, filet mignon, flank steak, ribeye, and New York strip, and a skirt steak. So we want to go back to ribeye, and we're going to hit enter. And now it says to use the grilling rack, which we've already put it in the grilling rack. So we're going to do that, and then we'll hit enter. And now we have options for the doneness. We have 4 options for that. We have medium rare, medium, medium well, and well done. So I'm going to do well done on this one because I'm going to cook this one for my wife. She likes hers well done. So we're going to just tab down here to well done. I'm going to hit enter. Now it gives us 2 options here of a classic flavor or a sous vide flavor. And we're going to choose classic flavor. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. And now it says water is required. So I want to point this out to you as well. There is a water reservoir in the top of this unit. And so you basically just take the lid off like that. This little reservoir holds 5 ounces of water. So we have our water already pre-measured. We'll go ahead and pour our water into the unit itself. Place our lid back on top, and then this is already started. Since we got the water in, it's showing for a well done. This is going to take approximately 45 minutes, give or take. Usually it takes less than what it shows because it has to heat the unit up, and once a unit is heated up, then it'll go ahead and finish cooking. So once this is completely done, we'll come back here in just a minute and we're going to show you this steak. Okay, while this thing is cooking, I wanted to show you something else that I think is so amazing of what Chef Maker has done, or what Dreo, the Chef Maker, has. They have an app, and I just want to kind of walk you through this. You can actually work this thing from your phone. As you see here, it pulls up and it says that the steak has 40 minutes, and as you can see on the unit, it also says 40 minutes. So that's one thing for the doneness. And now another little cool thing, it has a light bulb down here. You can click on the light bulb and it'll actually turn the light on inside the oven, and you can turn it off from your phone. And of course, that's not just all that it has. It has where you can actually cycle through all the different functions and features of this from your app, and click whichever, whatever type of meat you want, whatever type of doneness that you want. It also has other features in here. It has some frequently asked questions that you can get to if you have problems for troubleshooting or whatever. It also has a ton of recipes in here. You don't just have to cook a ribeye steak. There's so many other things in here, and they actually have the full recipe. So it give you all the measurements and everything, so you can make different sauces, or you can do vegetables. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this thing, and it's amazing. But I really enjoy this app. I've been kind of going through it real good, trying to figure out different kinds of recipes of what I'm getting ready to cook in this thing. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you while this thing is cooking. We'll let this thing cycle through and finish out. Once the ribeye's done, we'll pull it out and we'll show you what that looks like. Okay, well, this thing has just finished cooking a steak, so let's get it out and take a look at it. Look at that. Now this one's going to be a well done steak for Teresa. So let me see if I can get my probe out of here real easy, because it is hot. You can hear that sizzle on that steak. Let me lay this on the plate here and set that down in there. Now this unit's real hot, so when you take that out, folks, you need to really be careful, not bump up against it or something, because it could burn you real easy. Now earlier I made another steak because I like mine medium well. Actually, this one's medium, and this one's going to be well done. So since we just taken this one out, I want you to look at the crust on this. I mean, that's nice. It's a little bit lighter on the bottom side, but you can look at the juice, how clear the juice is running. I'm just going to cut this down the middle. Look at that. Not 100% well done, but that is, I think she will be real happy with that. And then over on the medium steak, we're going to take and cut into that as well. And I want you to look at the pinkness in that. I mean, it's just, there's moisture just running out of that, and that's because of the water reservoir that is continually misting the steak as they're cooking. And but you know, folks, I'll tell you what, this is an awesome piece of equipment, and I know we're happy with it. We're going to be using this a lot. This is not yet on the market. It's going to be rolling out real soon. We'll keep you updated as it comes out. But this Chef Maker, Dreo Chef Maker, has really impressed me. I'm really pleased with the way the steaks turn out. I'm pleased with how easy the functions are, how easy it is to download the app, the detail to the recipes that they put in it, the frequently asked questions of troubleshooting, different things like that. I mean, they've thought about everything on this, so we're very happy with it, and we hope you will be too. Like I said, when it comes out, it's going to roll out real soon. We'll be letting you know exactly where you can pick this up. So we hope you enjoyed it. Hey, it's Mr. and Mrs. Cast Iron over here. You guys have a great day. We'll be talking to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.